Spider-Man is probably my favorite Marvel character, but I've always loved anti-heroes, and even though Punisher isn't my favorite anti-hero, he's still up there. So when I found a what if comic that combined the two, I knew that was right up my alley. So the comic in question is called What If Peter Parker Became the Punisher, and the story starts out like the normal Spider-Man origin story with Peter Parker getting bit by the radioactive spider. And like normal, he sees this as a chance to better his life, so he goes to a wrestling arena. And like normal, Peter won but lets the robber get away. He also created web shooters and hit everything from Aunt May and Uncle Ben, but like normal again, the robber shoots Uncle Ben, killing him, and Peter wants revenge. But this time he isn't actually there when Uncle Ben dies. He gets home and finds out from the cops that Uncle Ben is dead and Peter wants revenge. He goes to the warehouse where the robber is hiding out and Webb shoots his gun away. But instead of remembering Uncle Ben's words of with great power comes great responsibility, since he technically never really heard them, he steals the robber's gun and then shoots him with his own gun, killing him. But someone witnesses Peter killing him and he ends up saving his life, and he falls off the side of the building, and while doing so snaps a picture of Peter and afterwards is labeled as the Punishing Spider. And I just noticed that the guy who took the picture was actually Ned Leeds, and after this Peter swore that he wouldn't let any other innocent people like Uncle Ben die even if others vilified him for it. And he fully embraces the identity of the Punishing Spider, with examples of his earliest fights being against the Vulture, but one of his biggest at that point being Green Goblin. But after this fight, Peter sees them as actual threats that need to be put down, so he upgrades his arsenal, adding a sort of utility belt, and he starts using guns. Every villain he fought against he kills, and that includes the likes of Electro, Kraven, Mysterio, Doc Ock, Sandman, and Vulture. Peter realized that he couldn't ever tell anyone close to him about his secret identity because of what they thought about the Punishing Spider. And along the way, he also kind of lived a normal life, meeting Gwen Stacy, Harry Osborn, and Mary Jane. He just continued to go about his normal life as crime had kind of died down since everyone is, fucking dead, and he hangs out with his friends just joking around, all the while dating Gwen. But the Green Goblin returns and captures Peter, and they both find out each other's secret identity. They fight just as Peter is about to kill him. Norman's mind breaks and Peter realizes he can't kill him. And after this, I guess Norman loses his memories somehow, but then he kind of loses his mind completely, eventually realizing again that Peter is the Punishing Spider. So he becomes the Green Goblin again, and he ends up kidnapping Gwen. He holds her over the Brooklyn Bridge and threatens Peter to remove his wrist shooters and to jump off the bridge and kill himself, but Peter shoots the Green Goblin and he drops Gwen, and Peter races to catch her. He webs her by the leg and drops her onto more webs to cushion the fall. Peter performs CPR on Gwen until she regains consciousness and realizes that Peter saved her and that he's the Punishing Spider. It then shows Peter with Harry over his dad's body, with Harry angry, telling Peter that the Punisher killed a great man, and that if he doesn't catch the spider monster, then who will, because who's going to punish the Punisher? But Gwen survives and recovers in the hospital, and Peter goes to see her and the two reconcile and hug. But as Peter watches the news, he tears up the Punishing Spider suit and he throws it in the garbage. Peter says that he has the responsibility to make the woman he loves happy, and that he chooses a path of love, not vengeance, and that's made it all the difference. But the comic ends in Central Park when Frank Castle and his family are gunned down. His family is brutally murdered, and he watches them all die while stumbling into an alleyway from his injuries, and as he crashes into a trash can, he finds the Punishing Spider costume and puts it on, becoming the next Punisher. Overall, I always like a darker take on Spider-Man, but this what if actually gives this version a redemption, but also gives him a happy ending. I mean, when was the last time you read a Spider-Man comic that didn't make Spider-Man fucking miserable? But I also like how it actually passes the mantle of the Punisher to the actual Punisher. But if you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more from me, go check out my other channels, which will be linked down below. But with all that out of the way, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.